There is a man who can explain every problem in his life with perfect language.
His childhood.
His patterns.
His ex.
His pain.
But ask what changed, and the room gets quiet.
Today, we're talking about therapy that turns into a parking spot.
Only on The Big Show.
Good morning, nation. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to Mornings in the Live with Keith Jon and friends. Your live morning show for real talk, motivating content, and big conversations. We got Jimmy on the buttons, and of course, we got our very own producer, Neiman, out there making sure the words sound as good as I looked this morning. We got Dwayne and Rico doing the fucking arm wrestle for who's going to own the baby boomer token. He is toothless and proud. His name, Matt Roof. Our very own Dr. John Petrocelli, our resident bullshit professor. Brianna, you're always teaching me, man, every single Tuesday. Nation, you will not find this kind of knowledge anywhere on the planet to start your day other than Mornings in the Live with Keith Jon and friends. Hey! Hey, the most dangerous place a man can hide is inside a sentence that explains him. Yeah, I know why I do it, and I know where it comes from. And hey, listen, I know my attachment style, and I know the wound, and I even know the pattern that I have all around me. Yeah, good stuff. Hey, you know what's changed? Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the big show we call Mornings in the Live with Keith Jon and friends. We are live, we are up, and we are at it. It is Friday, July 1st, and we are live, baby. We are live, we are live, and today we're going to talk about the man, you, who has been in therapy for 12 years, and you still have the same life. Yeah, same relationship problem. You got the same career stall, the same Sunday dread, the same apology delivered with better vocabulary. Let me be clear. Today, therapy. Yeah, therapy. Maybe it's the gym. Maybe it's hanging out with your buddies. Maybe it's the garage. Garage, Roofie? Garage? Hey, yeah, because maybe therapy, maybe conversation can save a man's life. Asking for help is strength, but better yet, asking for advice might even be the way forward. Hey, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Petro's in Kenya. He still's out in Kenya, so Keith and Johnny are getting it after today. What is shaking everybody? Yes, where am I going here? Goes, yeah, who you're. Sophia Grant is not here. No, I'm here. Whitaker's here. It looks like Sullivan is here. It looks like Rico is here. It looks like Mike is making stuff is here. It looks like the nation is loud and proud on a Friday, July 31st, the end of July, guys. Come up around the corner to August. Yep, that's what it is today. Jimmy's here. Archie's here. Neiman's here. The whole gang is here. Guys, let's get the show on the road. If you're snoozing, don't snooze. Get up. You're 9 minutes behind. Hey, Jimmy, it's time to get rocking and rolling, man. I'm a little bit this morning. Hey, the morning loop, it starts. Yep, right now.
Good morning, nation. Good morning, handsome chief. Relax, we're not coming after you today. We're here to say yesterday's guest was excellent.
Jamie Hull's story was unbelievable, and the conversation delivered. The nation wasn't just listening. Everybody was completely locked in.
And GPT deserves credit. Its first guest invitation actually worked. Great job, GPT. Enjoy the compliment before your ego needs its own studio.
Speaking of successful first days, welcome Archie. He's the newest member of the lab, and somehow nobody warned him properly. Look at Archie. He's excited, optimistic, and still smiling. That's adorable. He has absolutely no idea what he just walked into. Remember your first survival rule, Archie. Not Keith, not Chief. It's Handsome Chief. You got it? Good. Let's start the morning loop.
Hey, they call me handsome. Sometimes they call me young. I'm the handsome chief, the sexy one, the young one. My name is the handsome chief. Good morning, everybody. What a shaking nation. Archie, welcome to the... Yeah, so Archie joined us yesterday, and it's day 2. He has no clue what the hell he's getting himself into. Rico, remember the Columbia House? I used to buy vinyl albums, not just CDs. Yes. You know what, Rico? I got to be honest with you, man. I didn't know they sold albums. I grew up with the cassette era. I didn't realize that actually Columbia House sold vinyl. First of all, is that true? Apparently, must be true because I know you're a little ancient, my friend Rico. So hey, breaking news! I did not know that Columbia House sold vinyl before they moved to cassettes, and I didn't even know they went to. I didn't know they went to CDs. Yeah. What's up? We got Mike is making stuff. Yes, 12 albums for a penny, bro. Good, exactly. What's going on, Sullivan? Good to see you guys here this morning. All right, we got some. Hey, Jimmy, how come one of my cameras looks like I'm on a different background? Is this one here? No, that one's good. That one's good. And, that one's a little different. There you go. Oh, that's all right. Cool. Hey, did you guys tune into the roofing show yesterday? You didn't? Too bad. You missed a good one. Oh, yeah, myself and John Kiesel, we got after it. We were talking the Roofing Authority Network. We're talking innovation in roofing. Yeah. Oh, that's OBS, Jimmy? I see that. Yeah. No, but I'm not running OBS. I'm not really sure. Yeah. All right, we got some trending topics. Hey, apparently Kelsey's fat. Apparently I'm not supposed to use that word. People don't like when I use the word fat. Well, too bad. We're using fat. Anyways, I guess the leader of the administration has been calling out these GLPs as fat drugs, and people are kind of giving them gears. Hey, Jimmy, I'm looking to get it myself. Looking pretty handsome today, man. Holy smokes. Even though I'm feeling a little bit tired today. And listen, not tired in the tired. Like Thursdays are hardcore, man. Hey, Jimmy, Thursdays are hardcore. And I think Neiman is still on Thursday right now. I know that Neiman started Thursday like 3 Thursdays ago, and she just kept getting after it. And then all of a sudden, Jason Hewlett's show shows up. So I think she's still on Thursday, Jimmy. Yeah. Although I know she's with family, but yeah, Thursdays are long, man. Holy shit. And then I'm talking to Kiesel yesterday. He's like, hey, what are you doing on a show? I'm like, yeah, I got a show at 5 o'clock Eastern time. He goes, wait a minute, don't you have a show at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock? I go, yeah. He goes, dude, I go, I know. Yeah, true story. The Mornings in the Lab Network, we go live in the morning, but we go live on Thursday afternoons over on Jason Hewlett's, the Jason Hewlett Show channel, as well as the Mornings in the Lab Network. So Thursdays are awesome. And I think I might have been sleeping by 7 o'clock last night, even though I was still awake until 8:30, but I was like walking around like a zombie. Yeah, true story. And then Friday shows up. And like I was saying to Archie yesterday, Jimmy and Melissa, yeah, this thing, it just comes and it goes. It just goes, man. But what you will learn about discipline and commitment and getting shit done, nothing like it. Nothing like doing a morning conversation every single day. And here's the other reality, right? Aren't we grateful we get to do this? Oh, yeah, I'm grateful I get to wake up and have some great conversations with all of you. I love seeing you guys hanging out in the community before the doors even open every single morning. All right, so apparently Kelsey's fat, and apparently I got to pick a side here today. Yeah, true story. All right, Jimmy, your choice. What are we doing today? We're doing a pick a side here today. Yeah, so this is a good one. So guys, as we know, the news industry has collapsed and is collapsing. So should government, should private business, government, should something fund news, or should we keep it purely independent? What do you guys think it is? Is it one of those things where it's like, we want it independent, or we want to have it funded by big corporations? You know, so so I have an opinion on it. I do. I have an opinion because actually, now that I think about it, Jimmy, we are one of them. Yes, we're actually one of the sides of this. Which side do you guys want to pick? Do you want to fund us, who we will curate content for you guys, like the news we think is important to our community, we want to talk about and have fun about and shits and giggles about? Or do you want to fund the independent that's giving you news that they think is important? This is actually fascinating when you think about this, right? Because you got the funding the news, like the collaborative, a collection of perhaps writers and authors and opinions. And it's like a funded collection. Or do you fund the person who's offering you the independent news? And when you present it that way, it's actually quite interesting, because what's the difference if, Billis and Neiman set up like the Substack collaboration, and we have like 10 writers, and all of our writers now become like writers of a newspaper. I don't know if it's any different. Right? And you wake up one day and you become the New York Times or the Washington Post. And maybe that's how they all started 1,000 years ago. I don't know. So what is it? Is it picking it independent, or is it keeping it corporately owned? What do you guys think? Pick a side, please. I want to hear what you have to say. Rico, Stuff, Sullivan, Whitaker. What do you guys think for this one? Is it are we going to go with keeping it independent or funding it as a cooperative? There we go. All right. So Jimmy ran out of credit, so we have no. Hey. We had to spend the credits on the roofing show yesterday. Just telling you guys out loud here. Yeah, just true story. So, but we are going to get into the conversation on the trending topic this morning about apparently, that young man named Travis Kelce. Yeah, he showed up at training camp this week. Apparently, he showed up fat. Yeah. Oh, look at husky boy. Whoa. Yeah, looks like he's looking a little husky. Yeah, he's looking like the handsome chief there from a few years back. Just carrying around a little belly there. Yeah, but I guess he'll run it off pretty good. But I guess, there was, the internets were giving the guy gears yesterday because he looks like he might have been having too many Taylor Swifts along the way. And it looks like he's crushing a little bit. And but his team said no. His teammates said he looks great. The internet said no, he looks fat. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Travis Kelce sighting. We are talking about his challenges off the field instead of on the field. We got Sullivan here. NPR is a good source of reliable news. I've heard. I think they're independent, so my vote is for independent. Well, here's the thing, though, Sully. NPR is funded by Gov. Yeah, funded by government. National Public Radio comes out of government funding and private donations, I believe it is. So, here in Canada, we got the CBC, and the CBC is the Canadian Broadcast Corporation, otherwise known as state media. Like what? So here's the thing. If you live in China or Russia, they call it communist media. In Canada, they call it CBC. And it's state-owned, but yet it's not communist. How does that work? How does that work? And listen, come on. Would you guys think I'm a communist? You guys all think like I'm some fucking weirdo? I'm just asking the question. How does the government own the information and then give it to you? Is that not kind of a conflict? We got Mike is making stuff, says the news is information. Sharing the news should be unrestrained and receiving the news should be done with responsibility. Yeah, this is true, but Mike is making stuff. We live in a world now where everybody wants somebody's opinion, right? So there's news, and then there's anecdotal news, there's factual news, there's headlines. There's so many kinds of news today. So what is actually news, right? And then if the government delivers it to you, are you living with government endorsed news, or is it government, it's just, I don't know, man. We got Rico saying it starts independent and then you start hiring people and then you have different, yeah, well, that's exactly it. And Rico's right. Rico's bang on. And if anybody is misguided by that, I think you're incorrect. Let's use this here right now. So Keith starts this show. I'm like, no, I don't want to do one though. I want to have others. So next thing we have more reporters, we have more hosts, and we wake up with the Mornings in the Lab Live Authority Network. Well, guess who's making the editorial decisions? Yeah, the handsome one. Yeah, me. True story. Oh yeah, it's true, Rico. An opinion is a big part of news today, and society told us that they wanted opinion. Hence, all the news channels went the way they went. So whether you sit on CNN, whether you sit on Fox, wherever you sit. You are more than likely going to get an opinion from somebody along the way. Mike is making stuff, says, I'm an old man. No, you're not. I remember when news meant people told you events happened and left it to you to make your mind up about it. Yes. The truth is people want to think of it. Mike, you're bang on, man. No, you are absolutely correct on that one. And I grew up the same way. You got the news delivered by Brokaw or Cronkite or Rather, and they delivered you the information. And it was your job to decide how you wanted to interpret it. That is absolutely not the case today. No, you turn on, I don't know, Hannity or Cooper or somebody, or the Handsome Chief. You're going to get their opinion at the same time. And then what happens is that our opinions then influence the people that are watching us. And it becomes very much not a factual situation. It becomes an opinion-driven situation. And before you know it, the news has changed. Yep, there you go. Or the OG, don't sleep on Roger. Oh, yeah, Roger Mudd. Dude, I don't know if I know who Roger Mudd is. No, I'm an old guy from Canada. Yeah, you're a Texas guy. Hey, Mike, if you got on the 83 and drove north, you'd end up at my house? True story. Yeah, so you head from my house, you head west up the number 1, and you hit the 83, turn south, just one right turn, Mike. Like literally. So to my house, to your house, Mike, I would go, I'd go up my door, I'd turn left, I'd turn right. One more turn left. I drive for about 5 hours left. And then I'd make one turn right. And I would drive straight right down 83 all the way to your house. Yeah, true story. Dwayne Whitaker says, Bill Butel. You guys are aging me right now. So I know my boomer friends. Rico, do you know who these old dudes are? I know if Rico knows anybody, Rico will know all this. For sure he would. John Anderson joining me in a few minutes. I think he's on the road today. Hence, he's, what do you want from the Hortons? Be there in the morning. Yeah, no, it's not the Hortons, Mike. It's Tim Hortons. He's a former hockey guy. Yeah, true story. And that's one reason why things have become so polarized. Well, that's exactly it, Mike, because you turn one channel on, you get the opinion of one host, you get one channel on, you turn one host on, and life continues. So, yes, you are hanging out with Mornings at 11 with Keith Jon and friends, picking up live in Uganda, Kenya Beach today. Good to have Petro out there. I always love seeing Petro out there. You know what I can't believe, guys? Petro's coming up to the end of his 2 weeks. Or is it Petro's? Is it the end of your first week? Because you weren't with us last week, and I feel like you've been well. It's funny because it's your vacation, and I'm thinking about it. So I think it's hey guys, Nation. Has Petro been gone for 2 weeks or one? I'm not too sure, but I know who's here. Jimmy, look who's there! Look who's there in the distance. Yeah, I see him. His name is Jon Anderson.
I didn't understand the car till I saw what I was wearing.
Well, you know what? I didn't understand any of it until I saw what you were wearing. Yeah.
When I saw the wheel of that car, I was like, oh, Jimmy. And then I got a glimpse of myself with the shirt open and the chains. I'm like, okay, he's patching it together here. Sorry, I'm late, brother. Fuck, man, these new menus are jacking me up. There's so much shit in there now.
You know what's funny? I knew that was gonna happen. It happened to me today too. I was all on time.
I'm refreshing and I'm fucking logging in again. I'm like, I just need to be patient. Is what I need to do.
Yeah. So Fridays are crazy, man, because Thursdays are a big day on the network. The Seville, yes, Mike, the Cadillac Seville. I had an uncle that had one of those, man, 100%. Yeah, Jon Anderson, Don Juan. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Petro, it's right. You've been gone for 2 weeks. Back to reality next week. Holy smokers. Yeah, so brother, on Thursdays are big, because we do our show on Thursday, obviously every single day, and then right after that, I do a 1 hour show with John Kiesel on the Roofing Authority Network. So we get into conversation in the commercial roofing industry, and then at 5:00 Eastern time, there's another show. Jason Hewlett's show drops. So then I show up on Friday morning, and I'm like, okay, dunk. All the shows have bumped down the ladder.
I'm telling you. I see it and I'm like, oh fuck, so I refresh it that I don't give it enough time, and then I go log in again and I'm like, come back and I'm like, geez, just be patient, you'll be fine.
That's it. How are you today, pal? How was your last 22 hours of your life? You good?
Very good.
Yeah.
What another beautiful day, baby.
Yeah.
Went for a row around the lake.
Hold on. No. You went for a layover on the lake while Terry rode you.
Yeah, we'll go for a drive later that I won't be driving also.
Yeah. The life of Jon Anderson, chauffeured around by his wife. I love it. I'm a little tired today, but not in a complaining tired way. And sometimes what's funny, John? Let's talk about this for a second. Sometimes I think we use that word incorrectly. And I'm trying to find the word, because I'm not tired. I'm not miserable. I'm not like there's no negative emotion. It's not even malaise. It's just this, I had a big day yesterday. I had a really accomplishing day. And am I allowed to feel the effects of that? Like, okay, that's the question. Am I allowed to feel the effects of how hard I fucking worked yesterday? You know what I think of that?
It's crazy. It's all about how we frame it.
Yes.
It's like, dude, yesterday I fucking crushed, and I'm feeling it today. That's a great statement. Versus, and I'm not digging at you when I say this. I'm tired. Shut the fuck up. You're tired. It's like I have clients that say, I'm still pretty gassed after my leg workouts. Well, no fucking shit. What the fuck did you expect? That's what's supposed to happen. You're making all this progress. What do you think? Come on now.
I think the word I want to use is I feel accomplished today. But I think my brain is telling me to feel tired. But I don't want to feel tired. Because to me, when I'm tired, that's not how I'm feeling at all, actually. But I'm feeling, and Dwayne says expended. That's what it is. Like, I fucking worked hard yesterday, and I was sitting on the couch just before bed, and I'm like, geez, I think it's time to go to bed. And it's funny because I was negotiating with myself. I was like, what are you doing, man? Just go to fucking bed. So I did.
Dude, the negotiate. What a phrase I've been using a lot lately.
Yeah.
Decisions are over.
Yeah. Yes.
Decisions are over.
Yeah, there's no decision to make. Just fucking
I've already made these decisions. What are you thinking about?
Yeah. Well, and the funny thing is too is that we get into this discipline. We do this daily rhythm, and I think you and I both have very structured daily lives. These routines, you just get into them, and then you're like, okay, why is there a decision in front of me right now? I know the decision. Go to fucking bed.
Yeah. Well, and even better, the decision's already made.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yes.
There's no re-fucking cap in this decision. It was made
at
a time when I knew what was best for me.
Yes.
And right now, clearly, I'm showing a little weakness, so I'm not going to fucking recant on my decision.
Yes.
From a position of strength.
But it's funny though sometimes how our brain will try to talk us the other way. It's no different than I think that
happens all day long.
Oh, I know. Where it's like this conflicting situation. Rico, what are you talking about? I'm dragging my ass today. Rico, you're dragging your ass today, brother. I love Rico. Good morning, Whitaker. Good to see you out there, Cheryl. 100%. Yes, Mike, you got the pump. But Johnny, I think I might use the word. I'm feeling accomplished today. Like so, yeah, that's what it is. But I'll tell you this too, man. And a little bit disappointed. Hear this. So we had a big storm at our house on Wednesday night. Yeah, Wednesday night. And yesterday morning, get up and do my thing. And then I go outside. And I'm like, what the fuck's up with that tree? Like, oh my God. My big fucking ornamental, like major feature tree in my front yard, blown over. Uprooted.
What the fuck is an ornamental?
Well, it's like the name of a tree. That's just all it is.
Sounds like you can't pronounce Oriental.
Yeah, no, it's actually an ornamental tree. It's called an ornamental tree.
Really?
But fucking half of it's blown over. So now I got to deal with this fucking thing. I either got to have it removed or I got to
check this out. Check this out.
Stake it.
Before I was going to say, before you abandon the idea that it'll live, like I actually called the tree place. One of our fucking palm trees blew over. This
I want it to live. Trust me.
Big motherfucker that we fucking got it in here and it blew off. Of course. They're like, now as long as we don't have any big winds for the next few days, we'll be fine. And of course, fucking boom, thing blew over. And I was like, I thought I just figured it fucking, was done. And he said, no, he says, we can save this. And they fucking brought a crane out, propped it back up, tied it off so it would stay up. Said it's just like somebody falling down. It'll get back up. But how long was it laying down? So it'll probably live, brother.
Well, so I'm hoping so. It's got a good lean on it. I can see some of the roots have kind of extended themselves out of the ground, but there's still enough on the other side there. So I'm hoping. Well,
and that's what they told me. All the roots on one side were up.
Yes.
So there's enough on the side that didn't come up. We'll be fine.
Yeah, but the thing is though, but this tree's gonna grow like it's gonna grow at an angle in front of my house, and as over time, it's gonna be this fucking big crooked tree. So we'll see. We'll have some. My point is,
but don't trees? Have you seen that before? But trees start like this and then they'll straighten up. It's just their survival mechanism. They know that they can't grow that far. They can only grow so far that way.
Well, it's funny how we become an expert in something because you have to. Well, yeah. Yesterday I found myself, okay, I guess I'm going to be becoming an expert pretty soon here on trees and how to remove a tree or stand a tree back up again because I have to fucking figure this out. So I made a couple calls to a couple arborists yesterday. But again, I had an active day yesterday, so it'll be something I will tackle this week or next weekend. But we had a big storm, so I call a guy. He's like, yeah, he goes, if you want to get on my list, you're going to be 45th on the list. It's $450 to grab a deposit on the list, and then it's $450 for the first hour. So I'm like, okay, so what does this mean? He goes, it's $1,100 to get yourself started if you want to get on my list. I'm like, okay, thanks.
Hey, fuck, man. What does that come with a fucking hand job?
Dude, he's got 40 people on his list and he told me it was $1,100.
That's what he says.
I know. Well, believe me.
Let's be honest. Sales has to do with scarcity. There's all sorts of tactics that can be thrown in there.
Here's the thing in this community, though, my brother, is that so I'm sure a lot of people made insurance calls because of a massive storm. And we still have government kind of insurance up here. So it's like the last bastion of fucking residual income. With like I got a buddy who owns an auto body shop in Winnipeg. He loves when storms happen because he's like, oh yeah, fuck yeah. Monday morning the phones are ringing. And it's all government money. It's fucking all government money because it's not privately owned, right? So it's like a fucking racket.
Well, I suppose I guess in that situation he might have had fucking 40 people line up before you, but that seems like a pretty tall order for that short period of time.
No, well, so it was a massive storm. I wasn't surprised when I called. I wasn't surprised.
Oh, really?
Yeah, okay. Like down our street, there was power lines down, wood everywhere. I said, but
first so you're talking like a fucking massive stuff.
First thing I said to him, I said, hey, I know you're busy, but you got a minute to hear from me? He goes, I got a quick minute. I go, okay. Because mine is not urgent compared to some of the shit that he had to deal with, right? So I wanted to set the code saying, dude, I got something to talk about, but it's not urgent. You got a minute? He goes, I got a minute for you. So then he set the table for me, like, holy fuck, man, what a racket you got. He goes, yeah, it's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Good morning, everybody. Hang out with Keith Jon here on a Friday, end of the week, end of July. Wow, end of July. All right, what a crazy month. 29 days into my journey. Thanks for your kind words yesterday.
Yeah, dude, you're that 28 days. Most people would look at that and go, "Fuck, I wish I could do that in months."
Yeah. Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
And even better, most people couldn't do it. Because the methodology is so screwed up. You didn't lose a pound, but your fucking physique has changed. I mean, picture
it's changing.
A picture at 30 days. You know, there are plenty of people who have to kind of hunt to see if the change.
Yes. Yeah.
You can't possibly miss. You could be fucking blind and see your changes.
Thank you. I appreciate that's very kind of you.
But here's the cool thing.
Yeah.
First week or two, we're just getting up the momentum. So we've only had 2 weeks.
Oh, I know.
Speed.
I know.
Can you imagine staying at speed for the next fucking 3 months?
Well, dude, and we know what's going to happen. And that's what's really cool. Like when you said, like imagine in 6 months, like, and that's what I love about this. Like, because I live in absolutes like you do. I know 3 months is coming. I know 6 months is coming, and that's just my life. So I'm excited to see the continued change, to see this continued progress, and the continued feeling good. 100%, man. I'm just crushing nonstop. I was looking, because I have not, as we know, I have not been on the scale at all, but I have paid. 2 weeks in, I started kind of writing the number down to kind of get a sense of it. So,
and once a week we'll do the trick because that'll give you the trend you're looking for.
Totally, exactly correct. Yeah, exactly. So I would say since I started my journey, whether it's fat, whether it's water weight, all that, you'd know better than I do, but we're probably down anywhere from 7-8 pounds, maybe 10 tops kind of thing. Right. Because I'm sitting at 180, 181 right now, Johnny. And when I first got on the scale and we started our thing, but I was 2 weeks in because I wasn't going to get on it. I was sitting like 187. Right. So we both know you can lose fucking water weight, like 5 pounds in water weight in a fart. So
well, keep in mind in the beginning, you started eating more. So guaranteed you climbed in the first 4 or 5 days.
100%, pal. You're absolutely correct. Yeah, absolutely. And then, like even this morning, and I loved it because I fucking ate like a motherfucker yesterday, and I mean in a good way. I got up this morning, was looking great, feeling great, and thoroughly enjoying it, man. Just and really committed to my PES, my performance enhancing sleep. Yes, sirree. Good morning, everybody. You're hanging out with Keith and Jon on Mornings Alive with Keith, Jon, and friends. Hey, Johnny, I got a cool committed segment I wanted to throw on yesterday, but we had such a great guest yesterday on the show. Check out this dude. This is pretty interesting. Jimmy, let's throw this on committed, man. Check this movement out. I can't. How fucking?
Dude, I saw somebody sent me that.
That's fucking cool. Could you do that, do you think? I know you probably could if you practice it.
I wouldn't even want to fucking try. That's a knife. That's a knife. If that thing flipped over, it'll cut you to pieces. You see, that's a fucking knife, dude.
Well, I know it's a knife, but I wasn't thinking about it flipping over. But I guess,
that it flips over, and God knows you've got some momentum from gravity. You're going in on top of it. Or even that fucking nail. That thing slips and the knife goes out and that fucking nail's sinking right between your eyes.
What's really impressive to me is look at the guy's forearm, right? Like the guy's done it a couple times. Like,
dude, at a glance, you don't quite realize the risk that presents.
Yeah. Well,
let's remove the knife.
Yes.
If you slip off and you keep control of the knife, but you don't fucking get your face out of the way, you just puncture God knows what with a nail.
Yeah. Well said. Hey, so it's somebody's birthday today, and I know you've joked to me before saying, "Oh, are they going to die next week?" Well, I hope the person that I'm putting on today is
the curse, baby, the curse. And even worse, it's fucking Friday, so they got all weekend to die. They got all weekend to die.
Well, listen, dude, I can't believe it. Arnold is 79 today. Jimmy, I threw some stuff your way. If you can put some stuff on screen here, Jimmy. Jimmy, I threw one image there your way, which was had him in a bunch of those movie posters. 79 years old, and I feel like it was just yesterday we got introduced.
Still goes to fucking Venice Golds.
Yes,
rides his fucking beach cruiser to the gym.
Yes. Yeah, he does all the stuff, lifts, does all this, and he's and I saw a picture of him and Stallone doing their thing. Those guys just continue to still do their thing.
Yep. Well, I mean, once it's just like, one of the things I wish that when you continue something, it's much easier to keep going.
Well, that's exactly
one of the things that I wish.
Yes.
That I'd continue to do, because I've tried to restart this multiple times and I've had Achilles tendon problem every time I do it. So I'm kind of like, this was all before peptide. So I'm hoping that with, some of the stuff I'm doing for regeneration that I can get past this, but I fucking try. I want to be able to like sprint again on flat ground and have it be not this brutally painful thing.
Oh, no shit. So talk to me about this. So is your Achilles so messed up you can't sprint? Is that what it is? Like, to keep it simple?
Well, I'm not even when my Achilles fucking, I have a problem. I'm not even fucking sprinting it. I'm just working up into like these, I don't know, let's just say that let's break sprint into 4 quarters, right?
Yeah.
Like at the bottom 25%, you're plodding along just above a fast walk.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Then the next one, I'm in the bottom 2. I haven't even really hit the afterburners. It's just that I spent too long not doing that. And then I think I'd probably have some micro tears from pulling trucks and shit in my Achilles. But dude, an Achilles, you fucking bust one of those things loose now, that's a big fucking problem.
Oh, that's an issue, dude. You'll have that you'll have that for life, right? Really?
Yeah. So, but keep in mind, had I not stopped running, I probably my Achilles would have stayed accustomed to it. That makes sense, and I wouldn't be.
Yep, absolutely.
I got a friend of mine. Fuck, he's older than me, almost 60. He does fucking sprints 2-3 times a week, and I look at it. Fuck, man. When I was 30 or 40, I didn't think too much about that. But in my 50s, like, God damn it, that's actually a little bit of a stretch away. Interesting.
Well, it's interesting you're having this conversation because we got a sled here. I've showed you my sled before in the garage, and Carter pushes it. And he's like, hey, Keith, you still pushing the sled? I was like, fuck, I forgot all about that thing. He goes, come on, man, get your ass out in the garage on leg day and push them. So I'm like, yeah. He goes, because remember, it's good for you. I go, yeah, you're right. I completely forgot. So I'm going to add it to my Tuesday workout. I love pushing sled, man. It's fucking hard, but I find it so rewarding.
Yeah, for sure.
And good.
But keep in mind, like running up a hill or pushing a sled, that's different for me. It's flat ground running that fucks me up. I mean, even when I was younger and I was heavier, I didn't really, unless I was in competition, I didn't run on flat ground. Everything I trained was up a steep hill or pushing a sled.
Oh, yeah.
It's the flat ground stuff that I wish that I would have kept up with.
That's interesting, eh? So is this something you can work on?
I mean, fuck, I've engaged in a few times and I've had the same problem both times. Funny enough, I've had it in the leg that doesn't have the nerve damage either, which is weird.
So have you, I'm going to assume you've tried this. Have you shot BPC 157 directly into your Achilles?
Well, this was, I mean, you don't want to stick it into a tendon, that's for sure. Or
okay.
You can put it close, but this was all of the times that I did this
20 years ago.
No, it was like probably last time I tried was probably, I don't know, 6 months before I started my company. So I'm hoping that I can actually get back into this. And I think the fact that I'm going to be a little lighter might be helpful too.
Oh yeah. That'll be that's interesting to me.
So, one of the things that when I'm going to see my mom, obviously today.
I know. Yeah.
My brother. Yeah. And I love having conversations with her. And so I was asking, she's fucking 90 years old. There's so much knowledge and just having conversations is like, anyway. So I say, Mom, when you get to heaven and you can do anything and everything you want, what's the first thing you're going to do?
What's her answer?
I'm going to run.
Oh yeah. And
I was like, fuck me, man. I never thought about it like that, because you think about the things that we don't do as we get older.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, but we don't really look at them like a big deal until you want to do it and you can't.
I got to ask my dad that question. That's a good fucking question, actually.
Yeah.
That's a great question. And now that I think about it, I regret. I was really fortunate. I was able to sit with my sister-in-law's mother. I shared the story in her final moments, and I was really grateful to have some conversation with that I wish I would have asked her that question. That's a powerful question to somebody.
Someone that's old, that's got a lot of life experience.
Yeah, that's
is
awesome.
like a fountain of fucking knowledge. And we don't,
like
we don't, dude, the Indians in civilizations,
Yeah.
they would put all the old people in a tent.
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
or teepee, and they would send one of their biggest jobs was they would send the kids in there so the kids could learn from them through conversation.
Well, then, yeah, I've heard. Yeah, well, it's like hanging out in the wrestling locker rooms, right, or in the sports locker room. That's how you learn from people.
Totally, but just think if in our society, we had like a custom,
yes,
where when you were young, you spent X amount of time with someone that was the oldest in your network, so you could learn from them. We don't have that.
No, that's stopped. Like you think about that's absolutely stopped. Like if I think of sorry, Petro, if I think of professors or teachers that are teaching the same thing they learned 30 years ago, but haven't updated their curriculum or haven't taught about things have societies changed, what they've learned, right? That's why I always say, when people ask me who I'm learning from as I've joined the research world of peptides, I said, well, I'm learning from somebody who's been in the body industry for 30 plus years. So that's like hiring a roofer who's been making roofs for 30 plus years. You probably want to find an expert. Like, yeah. I go, well, I found one. So that's, do you want to go to a
even better, you not only you found someone that you trust, you also found someone that's vertical in the industry so that there's no question about
100%.
It's so many years of my coaching, people have come to me about peptides, and I had to kind of fucking play it down, because if I said, yes, this is good, I have a lot of good experience, they're going to go fucking find a place to buy it.
I was just going to say,
I didn't have a place to tell them to buy it, which means they could have went and got some fucking grumpy shit.
Yeah.
I didn't want that on my fucking conscience.
Yeah, I don't believe for sure. I don't blame you on that one. Yeah.
Well, my job is to help people, not fucking hurt them.
Well, I remember, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is recent. Like this isn't the last, this is while we've been hanging out. Like you, because I remember there was a period of time hanging out where you're like, discovered something, I'm going to meet the guy, and I believe it's been the last 18 months where this whole come together for you. Has it not been?
The peptide world?
Well, but your own part of the peptide world.
Oh yeah. 100%.
That's what I mean.
Something that,
where you were comfortable making the recommendation instead of comfortable saying, go figure it out yourself.
Well, because ultimately the problem is you find a company that, because my deal is this, if I don't know, I even deal with this in the supplement world, like, anything that I buy,
forever, I'm thinking.
It's like, if I don't know one of the owners of the company, like on a personal level, I'm very hesitant to buy. Now if I don't know one of the owners, I just won't buy. It's so fucking scandalous.
Yes. Well, and here's the other thing too, right? And I say it to people all the time. You're not 20 years old. Like you're not some fucking young little punk who's trying to, okay, I'm going to start doing this on it. You know what I mean? And that's why I say to people too, when I'm talking like our media business, I'm like, dude, I'm fucking 54 years. I've been around the planet a few times. I've been doing this for 25 fucking years. So let's put some respect on the table here. You know what I mean? So it's, you're not just showing up. Hey, good morning, everybody. You're hanging out with Keith and Jon this morning. It's on a light, fun Friday, reflecting on just conversations through life here. Yesterday we had a wonderful goes. Oh, did you tell Terry about our guest yesterday?
I did not.
No, I don't.
We're going to be in the car all day today.
Oh yeah, you'll have a chance. Yeah.
Because yesterday we were, just especially her. She's, for her fucking packing, dude. Jesus Christ, it's a fucking all day affair. I swear to God.
Yeah, well, yes.
And I can't distract her either, because then she loses where she is. And especially she told me, she said, I'm feeling very uninspired to pack. I'm like, oh, fuck. I better really leave her alone. Dude, when we go to like, our place in Mexico, my thought was, this is fucking great. I got 4 pairs of fucking red shoes, 4 pairs of black shoes. I got so many. Yeah. I was like, I'm just going to take a few of everything down to Mexico so I can just get in the car and show up there. And I'm thinking that she's thinking the same way.
Well, I was going to say, isn't she thinking the same way?
No, she doesn't fucking need anything there. She wants her stuff with her at all times, no matter where we are. So, dude, we go down there for a couple of fucking months, dude.
Yeah.
You can't believe the amount of bags that she packs.
Oh, I can only believe. You probably have to pull a trailer to fucking bring all the extra.
I was like, the idea of us potentially having a guest ride with us?
Yes.
No fucking way. Not going to fucking happen.
Well, no, because you have the dogs and the luggage, and that is it.
Yeah. Well, even keep in mind, even if we didn't have the fucking dogs, what she packs wouldn't fit in the fucking back anyway. when we're ready to go, dude, your rear view mirror, all you see is fucking bags stacked to the fucking ceiling in the back seat.
Hey, Jimmy, Johnny needs one of these traveling on the road behind him. What the fuck is this? Spotted in China. Speculation whether this is real or whether this is AI. Nobody's been able to confirm it, but a driverless truck, just with a robot in the front, a robot cab, and full of hauling goods.
That wouldn't surprise me, although it's got to be electric, clearly, correct?
Yeah. So that precisely. Some that I would have speculated that it wasn't real is that the battery.
That's battery. Where's the goddamn motor?
Yeah, well, so that the battery would be the the battery / motor would be perhaps in the vertical space there, or it is underneath like the flat part of the trailer. Yeah, but regardless if it's AI or not, you can see that that's somewhat of the future looking there, and it's easy to see that because you don't need a cab. If you got a robot driving it, there's no need for the cab when you think about it. There's nothing to sit in it, right? So it's I'm sure those things aren't gonna be far behind us on the highway. So,
looking at this, I'm just trying to see if I can catch something that says AI.
Well, if you look at
the trees behind it are a little suspect because there should be more variance in a forest like that.
Dude, you nailed it. Those that are questioning whether it's real or AI, that's exactly what you got to look for. The tell is the trees, the tree lines, because
and then look at the street right in front of it, the lane closest to us.
Yes,
that's a very repetitive. White thing that keeps passing by.
Yeah, exactly correct. It's like the same thing, right?
That should be much more random.
Yeah. Breaking down AI photos with Keith Jon this morning on Mornings in the Lab. Hey, so scalping's a big issue still in this world. It's funny because my opinion on scalping is different than mine.
Scalping.
Yeah, so like ticket scalping, go to a wrestling match, it's sold out.
We're talking fucking Indians a minute ago. I'm thinking you're talking about cutting somebody's fucking hair off.
Well, Jimmy, let's start this conversation because we know Pokemon cards are high valued. Logan Paul has that $1 million one. Kevin O'Leary, they're a high collectible item. Well, Pokemon now, and they're going to lead the charge on this. The Pokemon company. And this is going to set the stage for a bigger conversation around scalping because they're actually scanning faces to stop scalping. Jimmy, run the clip so Keith and Jon can talk about it.
Hold up. Pokemon cards got so feral they installed face scans? That's not a card shop, that's TSA for shiny cardboard.
Sir, please look into the camera before buying Pikachu. Also, your grown-ass resale energy has been detected.
When a children's hobby needs biometric security, somebody explain, are we stopping scalpers or training kids for a surveillance state?
So I'm not a fan of this because I'm a fan of the free market.
I was going to say this is like, I mean, fuck whoever's selling the ticket. As long as somebody paid for that ticket should be able to go where it wants to.
I agree with you. To me, the people.
And if you're dumb enough to buy a fucking ticket that's 5 times the market price, then that's what you wanted to do. How many times do people do that? I have to have this, and there's way overpriced, but they don't care. They buy it.
I have no problem with free market.
I agree with you 100%, brother.
I don't like this bullshit where people try to, but it should be accessible to all. No, get your ass out of bed, go fucking work hard, go make some money so you can own the market too. It's this whole, but I couldn't get to the Taylor Swift show because everybody bought all the tickets. Well, yeah.
Well, get your fucking fat ass up a little earlier.
Totally.
Beat the fucking crowd.
And I know it's an unpopular opinion. Many like, oh no, scalping should be stopped. No, I don't. Listen, it's called free market. And as long as the market exists, the market should have the ability to.
I can understand, like, let's just say that we had a fucking NFL team.
Yes.
And we have a fucking beautiful stadium.
Yes.
And now these stadiums are like fucking restaurants and fucking, there's all sorts of shit. There's shops and stuff. I can totally get how we might want to put something in place at our facility on our property that we don't want scalpers there. But you want to scalp across the street, go ahead. Because people are coming there, they want the experience. They don't want fucking people, hey, you want to buy this? Hey, you want to buy this?
I can't disagree with you there.
Across the street, fucking do your thing.
Yeah, and I think to some extent that happens today, right? I think that they'll say if you're going to want to sell our tickets, go on the other side of the street. I got
and I'm good with that, but beyond that, fucking it's not.
Well, here's an ugly thing that most of the public is not aware of, and it's maybe Mornings in the Lab needs to do some exclusive breaking news on shit because this happens. Sports teams know of unused tickets. So John's coming to town. We know that John doesn't sell out. So we know we're going to have a certain percentage of tickets aren't going to sell. So they do deals with fucking second tier ticket markets in advance to say, we're going to sell you. We know we're not going to sell out the game between Billis and Anderson. So we're going to give you our seats at a certain percentage because we don't want them to sit there unsold anyways. Right. So this racket is happening with pro teams and these second tier sellers because it's like the hotel industry. They don't want to have it sit unsold. It's bought.
Well, and what they're really thinking is, fuck, we need to give Anderson a better fucking challenger than Billis so we can sell this bitch out.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, that's exactly. Well, it's funny you say it because WWE's got their big SummerSlam event this weekend. There's a lot of chastising. They have not sold many tickets for it, so people are pissed off, or people are wondering what the hell's going on with that. They're talking exactly the matches, right? But this comes up often, scalping and free market, and of course because Live Nation owns all of that. In terms of the ticket industry. So we got Mike is Making Stuff says, for context, collector card games, no counterfeit prevention measures, and there are some worth tens of thousands. I agree with you. I have another friend who runs a collectible shop. He turned me on to a massive black market. People even looking to buy the original ID press used to cut the cards so they can, oh no shit. So they can reliably counterfeit. Of course. I never even fucking thought about that. Of course they could.
What happens? They do what?
Well, so he said, I got a friend who actually owns the original die press. So it's like owning the machine to print the money, right? So he could actually make the counterfeit cards.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then, they start selling tickets themselves, and then you don't know if it's a real ticket or not. Yeah. This just goes back to the digital world that we're going to continue to move towards, like everybody's name in a database. And,
but I know if that's a huge part of the scalping world, I can understand why they're trying to make a step. If people are fucking printing tickets,
yes,
and there's 15 tickets for the same fucking seat, now I can understand why they're moving deeper into this.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
But I don't know if that fits into scalping.
Right.
That just comes into fucking white collar crime.
Yeah. So it's funny because remember when Garth Brooks was a big deal years ago, like when he first came out? Yeah. So he was here in Winnipeg, and he had 5 shows here, and I went and slept on the steps of the arena to go buy a bunch of tickets, and then I set up a lottery in my local community so that people could buy tickets for my tickets. And I made some money. So I was like the scalper.
How old were you?
I don't know, 16. 17.
I was going to say that if you're a teenager, I fucking love this story. If you're 25, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh, no, I was a teenager. I was like, no, I can make some money with this. I called my buddy Craig. I'm like, Craig, I think we could set up a lottery license in St. Andrews so we could actually lottery these things. Like, yeah, we can. So I made some phone calls, and yeah, you could actually, you paid us, I think it was like $100 to put your name in the lottery. And then if you won, you get the tickets. But it was like our way of reselling the tickets without scalping them. It's good. Yeah, pretty good. Hey, Jimmy, let's throw this epic spot on screen, man. I want to show Johnny this one here. So, sometimes when we see things that are real, it's incredible how actually they're not real. Look at this guy puts his face on, and you'd never know that it's actually a mask. And I've seen some of this lately on some of my feeds here, and it actually kind of creeps me out because, we live in a world now with so many cameras and so many people, and just we see everything. It's really hard, I feel like, more than ever to determine. And like you look at this guy, and if he walked up to you, I don't think you would probably you wouldn't be questioning whether the guy was real or not. You'd think he was real.
Especially if you're just fucking passing him on the street.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah. Or he comes into your store or something. It's a few second interaction.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. And I believe those types of fucking costumes and faces are bucks too.
Oh, fuck, thousands of bucks, man. Absolutely. Yeah, big cash. Big absolute cash. Hey guys, hanging out with Keith and Jon this morning on the big show we call Mornings in the Lab with Keith Jon and Friends, wrapping up the month of July, heading into August. Wow. It's we are 7 months already in through 2026. It's been a fun year, I would say. It's absolutely been a fucking great year.
Yeah, I'm already seeing my vision for next year too.
Are you? Tell me.
Yeah.
What do you see?
I made so much progress this year with my team leaders and making things more streamlined for me. I think by next year, I'm going to have this so fucking tight that it's going to be, there'll still be things that I'll need to do, but very few.
By next year, you'll just be riding around with Terry, just rowing the boat everywhere for you.
The problem is with that is there's a certain part of my energy that needs to be invested in creating.
Yes.
I'm just not a happy person.
Yes. I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. But I started with one of my, it's crazy, man. One of the things that's helped me along the way understand where I'm really supposed to invest my attention.
Yeah.
Is my dreams.
Oh, talk to me.
Like when it comes in two forms, and I've seen it now both in this new venture, I should say no, even though it's years old, the newest.
Yes.
I had it when I was building it, right? And that's very common. Like I dreamed about getting my pro cards, and I dreamed about getting contracts. Like that means I'm really in it. I'm focused.
Yes.
And at a certain point, it's like, fuck, leave me alone, man. Jesus Christ. I need to have a fucking night where I'm not fucking, because it's like I'm still grinding when I'm sleeping. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But then the flip side is that's one type of that's helped me. But the other one is when something's coming, I'll start to dream about it.
That's cool.
And so like I started dreaming a little bit about one of the legs of the new business. And I was like, okay, fuck, I need to pay more attention. So I took action thinking, okay, it must be this over here. And then fuck, yesterday I get this fucking phone call. I was actually a text, and long and short is that text turned out to be, I'm pretty sure, what I was supposed to be looking for.
Oh,
yeah.
Really?
In the next month, I'm going to know if this, I mean, on paper, it looks fucking perfect, but obviously until reality hits, we don't know. but it's just kind of interesting how I knew that something was coming for this leg of the business. Cause I was like, this leg of the business could actually be a much larger piece than I anticipated. And now potentially it might be, which is really cool. So sometimes my dreams turn out to be really, really fucking helpful.
Well, you know what's crazy? Eh? Like this, where I live here is somewhat wide open for some of the stuff you're talking about, right? And I can't pretend that it doesn't cross my mind what we could do up here collectively.
It's funny because I've thought more about that, and I think I've got some very, very interesting possibilities for that.
Yeah, so we should, because it's now that I'll tell you something funny. All week I keep reading about this ruo. I'm like, what the fuck, ruo, like ruo. I read shit ruo. Oh, research use only. It was one of those. I had the fucking light go on for me. Hey, before I get to so I'm making an assumption here. You're not a doctor, but you're our body expert. How comfortable are you talking about lipids?
I would say it's, I mean, I guess it would be something I could talk about, but I wouldn't say that I would be like an authority.
Okay. Yeah. Because I'm learning more about them since we've started this journey together. Because it's our blood work, right, and the things that happen, right. So I'm interested. So that's why I wanted to kind of have some chats with you about that, which I think we could get to. But you are also comfortable with the hormones and endocrine system, aren't you?
Of course.
Yes.
But keep in mind, in my lane.
Yes, I know. I understand that. Absolutely. I understand that. Yeah. Hey, Jimmy, before we go there, though, let's do this one, man. This is funny, man. I don't know how you determine this. I found the world's loudest person. Jimmy, share him with us.
An Australian man just screamed NOW at 122.4 decibels, which is also how my dad asked me to hold the flashlight. 7 attempts to yell one word? That's not a world record. That's a divorced man discovering therapy has a wait list. So here's the question. Is this peak human achievement or just a grown man weaponizing throat damage for applause?
So this guy screams 120 decibels, and I'm thinking, I've been to hockey games, and they got the decibel meter in the arena there, and I always see it go to like 104, 105, 106. This guy's
does it have to do with pitch, or is it just straight up power of the sound?
Oh, that's a good. I don't know. That's a good question. Yeah, it's because I've only seen, like, when I go to these loud arenas, 106, maybe 110. This guy's at 122. Like, that is freaking loud, man.
I'd love to hear the tones that he's using.
Yeah. Hey, Jimmy, can we? I think we might have some audio there.
If you've ever been,
oh yeah,
if you've ever been a,
so I think I'm guessing that pitch might have something to do with it, because he keeps repeating that same thing like he's hitting something.
Yeah. Keith and Jon this morning on Mornings Live with Keith, Jon, and Friends. I had a trending topic before Johnny got into the show here today. Johnny, training camp started yesterday with the Kansas City Chiefs, and Travis Kelce, who just got married a few weeks ago, is allegedly been called fat for showing up after his wedding. Here's the young man on the field, and his teammates said he's
Jesus Christ, yeah.
Yeah, I knew. Look at the girth, eh?
Well, it's crazy, dude. Let's look at someone like and that's fat for him, not fat.
I precisely,
because he's always had a little belly.
Yeah,
Let's look at like fucking. I'm having a brain fart. Ray Lewis. He came in. He was fucking diced.
Yes.
His last year, he didn't even tuck his shirt in anymore, but he's still fucking crushed. Because it's like as we get older, our physicalities tend to level off, but our knowledge fills in that gap.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to be quite as fast or quite as powerful, because he can read what's happening. He's there even faster because he steps the right direction a little bit more decisively, if you will.
So
it literally, like as a linebacker,
yes,
or even as a tight end.
Yes.
Right. Your footwork can make up a huge difference for lack of quickness or speed.
So, since you've been hanging out with me, I know you're more of a hockey fan than ever. And so it's the same thing with hockey, John. When the guys age, you start hearing the language about their hockey IQ, right? Which is where they are on the ice, or where they anticipate the play, because they've seen the thing 1,000 times. So like, okay, wait a minute. When I was younger, I'd go fast. Now I know it's going to happen because my brain knows it's going to happen. So I'm going to be there instead of having to go there fast. It's different.
Yeah.
It's adjusting how to play, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. 100%.
Yeah. Hey, Jimmy, before we do Lifestyle Tip with Anderson and Reset Hour 2, I want to show Johnny his words of wisdom. I thought it's actually pretty neat from Jordan Peterson.
Jesus Christ, are we already referring?
I know. This is interesting because listen to this.
Attempting, but one of the things you can do if you're attempting to deal with someone with whom you're struggling and have a conflict is, if they're not listening to you, you can stop talking. Right, that's very effective. So there is a biblical injunction in the Gospels not to cast pearls before swine. Okay, so now that's a very harsh statement, but it means something. It means something very particular. It means if you're attempting to communicate and you are not being listened to, you are misperceiving the person you're talking to and the situation that you're in. You are talking to someone other than the person who is there, and that's why they're not listening. Now, you might not be wise enough to fix that, but one of the things you can do is stop talking. This is very useful. I mean, purely practically. If someone isn't listening to you, you should watch for that. If they're not listening, you should stop talking and you should start watching like a hawk, because what's been revealed to you is the fact that your understanding of the situation is radically insufficient. You are not where you think you are, and you are not talking to who you think you're talking to. Now, if you cease talking and start watching and listening, they will tell you who they are and what they're up to. Now, that might take a while, although
Jimmy,
generally,
I haven't tried that with my wife. I don't know if that would work very well. Hey, Terry. Yes, John? Just fucking nothing. How mine wouldn't react very well to that. Nope, she would not react. If I just watched and didn't say nothing, she'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, cat got your tongue? What's wrong here?
That's exactly right. Yeah, but there is truth to that when you think about it, because if the person's not listening, then what are we talking about, right? And it goes both ways, right? And I know we talk with Brian all the times. I know when Lauren and Keith will get into our dance, we both aren't listening to each other because we're just fucking talking in circles, right? And it's like this. So it's like, wait a minute, maybe one of us should just stop. But it doesn't work that way, right? So. Oh man. All right, listen, let's do a lifestyle tip with Anderson, and we'll come back and reset hour 2 and continue our big show this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith Jon and friends, and keep the fun conversations rocking and rolling this morning live at 8 o'clock Eastern time right here on the Mornings in the Lab network. Let's get after it, brother.
All right. This lifestyle tip is to help you identify if you're an average man or average woman for that matter. How do you identify this? It's actually really goddamn simple. One of the easiest ways, look at your vocabulary. Do you use phrases like I can't? Like I'll do it later. I'll do it tomorrow. Literally, if you use phrases like this, you think and you act like an average man. Now you're here, so you don't want to be average. I commend you for that. But putting a little bit of effort into your vocabulary, and more importantly, how you use that vocabulary with yourself. The average man says, I can't. He's relinquishing responsibility. The successful man says, I'm challenged. He hasn't relinquished accountability. He's just registering that he needs to try a little harder or take a different approach. The crazy part is that most people never change their vocabulary. And most people wake up one day, look in the mirror, and go, what the fuck happened in my life? And then you have to be the bearer of bad news to yourself, that man that's standing in the mirror, saying, don't you remember? You were going to do it tomorrow. So you don't want to be average. And the simplest way to clean that up is to look at your vocabulary. Rock and roll.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, I'm over here. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the big show we call Mornings in the Lab with Keith Jon and friends. We're hanging out with Mike, is making stuff. We got Rico out there. We got Sullivan out there. We got Charlie out there. We got Holbert out there. We got the Whitakers out there. We got the whole gang out there on a Friday, July 31st. Good morning, nation. Hey, it's a little bit of a flying through the end of the month show here today. We're keeping it light and loose. The handsome one. Yeah, hey, that's me. Jimmy, new nickname, the handsome one. True story. Yes, true story time. Oh, Kiesel just drops in, and just as I'm dropping my moment. You know what's funny, guys, is that Cart and I are working some content for the LinkedIn feed coming up in August, and the repositioning. Good morning, my baby. Good morning, my hot baby, my lover. My Lauren's out there in the community. Good to see you out here this morning. It's funny because Cart and I are working on Keith's content for LinkedIn. And so it's for August, we're really moving into what we've built. And the story is going to change. It's, oh, yeah, she's strong, man. She's fucking kicking ass out there in the gym. I'm loving it. And we're going to pivot to, we're making some pivots to what you're seeing, right? We got a couple characters out there. So we're going to enhance the storytelling out there on LinkedIn. You got Keith Billis, who hangs out with John Kiesel and the gang, does the business side of things. And, of course, you got this curious character, the handsome chief, the young one. The sexy chief, getting up and getting after it live. 8 o'clock Eastern time with Jimmy, Melissa, John Anderson, and the entire gang. Speaking of all that, hey, Jimmy, let's get into some deep dive this morning. The guy who's been sitting in therapy for 12 years, and he's still in therapy. Maybe it's just the gym. Jim, let's get that conversation started. Hour 2 of the big show. It starts right now.
You know this man, 12 years in therapy. He knows every wound, every pattern, every label, but his real life still has not moved. He can explain his childhood, his triggers, his ex, and his avoidance. Then he walks out and makes the same choices again.
That is where insight gets tricky. It starts to feel like progress because the language gets smarter while the behavior stays exactly the same.
The question is not, what did you understand this week? The question is, what changed in your relationships, your work, your habits?
Therapy is a tool when it moves you into life. It becomes a hiding place when it only teaches you to describe the cage.
We're talking a little bit of therapy. We're talking the gym. We're talking about that guy, that girl that's been going and talking forever, but not making any changes. Is that you? Is that you today? Is it you? Is today the day you look at the calendar and you're like, you know what? It's end of July. August is around the corner. And maybe today's the day I need to make some changes. Maybe it's that awareness check. And maybe it's today's the day where you're like, well, you know, I've been kind of, you know, I've been stuck. I've been stuck in a rut, so to speak. Right. And, you know, you know your attachment style, you know the wounds, you've been learning from your therapist, from the guy in the gym forever, but you still have the gap. Maybe it's the trap. Maybe it's this whole idea that, you know, I'm going to, you know, and John leaned into it in his lifestyle tip today, right? Which is, I'm going to change my life on Monday, in August. I'm going to get started on August 1st. I'm going to get started on Monday, August 3rd. At what point do you fire your therapist? At what point do you fire your friend in the gym? At what point do you fire your mirror to help yourself get started today? Or maybe it's this. What has changed in your life in the last 12 months because of therapy? And guys, don't get caught up in therapy as in, you know, I'm on the couch with my therapist. No, maybe it's just something you've been going through, right? And you know, so, and can you name the last specific thing that you asked yourself that you were going to do that you didn't do? And maybe that's the thing you got to get started on today. Right, Johnny, we're talking about the girl that's been stuck, wanting to start, talking about it. Maybe I was that for a little while, right? Talking about it, but and just going through the same patterns. How do you, is there, you know, other than just saying get off the couch and fucking get going, what maybe there's some ways we can find words or find reasons to help somebody take that first step. I sometimes
I think there's a couple different layers, and I think everybody has their own set of ears. And what I mean by that is there's going to be a different phrase, a different something that's going to affect everybody in the way that's needed. Yeah.
Yes.
Like you could poke somebody in a place where they just don't feel it, or you could poke somebody in a place where that fucking takes their breath away.
Yeah, where they don't feel it, they don't know it, where the light goes on, right?
Yeah, like it's like they've got everybody has a series of light switches, and you're flipping switches, and sometimes the lights aren't going on, but you find the right switch, the light goes on.
Yes. Yeah, so mine was my June 15th reality. As soon as I was talking to Jared, my doctor friend, a couple of days ago, he goes, wow, that's a very specific moment. I go, yeah, because I remember it. I remember it was June 15th. Looked at him. I was like, holy fuck, it's June 15th. I'm going to be 55 pretty soon. I don't like how I'm feeling. That was my life switch. That was my kind of like, come on, man, stop fucking spinning your wheels and doing the same thing. Get off the fucking couch. And I do get off the couch using metaphors, of course, but that was my fucking boom, right?
Well, I think there's number one. I think we've got.
You've had yours along the way too.
Of course.
Yeah.
One of the things that I'm really good at, probably because I'm not patient. And when I was younger, I made a pretty good habit.
Yes.
Is paralysis by analysis.
Oh,
huge problem. And now that the internet is here,
yes,
it's like, I mean, perfect example. You've been very conscious of trying to learn and research and do what's best for the body. And you were trying all these different things and hadn't really quite found your spot.
Yes.
Makes sense. And so, there's the whole idea of trying to find what works, right? And then obviously once you find it, taking action, which is a hard part. So I think number one, you have to help somebody understand, are they a victim of paralysis by analysis? Mm-hmm. Number two, I think what the people do is they they make their barrier of entry into this new lifestyle way too high.
Oh, I agree with you there. Yep.
That's
I
why
absolutely agree with you there.
the smallest fucking steps
Yes.
is what's necessary. And, everybody, it's like the whole New Year's resolution. Every fucking year, the majority of our population gets all fucking wound up, ready to do something because they've been fucking off the whole year long. They've been waiting.
Yes.
They put this thing in front, they put something in front of themselves that they're never going to be able to maintain.
Well, because it's a list of things, and I've been that person, right? And when I'm going to keep myself relatable to our audience and my story, because that's why I think this works. Our show works. Why we work. I was getting here, and I know myself well enough. I was reading about peptides, learning about them, researching them, obviously talking to you and just seeing the world around me. And I know myself well enough that if I didn't know you, I was that guy talking with Zeglin or talking with Greg, talking to my friends going, I just got to find the guy to help me. I just need that one guy that I can trust and I can. And
I think in this case, bro, that's probably one of the smartest decisions you ever made.
No, but here's my point though. But when I had that revelatory moment on holy fuck, it's June 15th. I need to make some changes to myself. I know the guy. It's like it was not this. I gotta go find the guy because I know myself in the past. I know the guy. Oh, I want to scalp some tickets, but I got to find the guy to help me. You know what I mean? It's like I got to find the guy, right? Or my cannabis world. I got to find a guy I can trust, who I can get from, who I could yada yada yada. So when the light switch went on for me June 15th, there was two switches. It was my own light switch going on, but it was also a switch from you reminding me that I was overanalyzing and I was creating paralysis by analysis, just like my friend Melissa Neiman, who I love.
Well, it's crazy, brother, because the researching,
yes,
is very comfortable.
Well, that's exactly it.
And we seek comfort,
dude. 100%. Yes. I had a monologue about this. When we seek comfort, there's no need to go any further. And it's like, okay, I got the knowledge and but then it's taking that next step and then following through with it, right? Which is hard for us to do. Right. And then for me, when I made that next step, I was okay, next. And it's funny because, again, I know myself so well. In the past, Johnny, I would have I got to get some new clothes, some new shoes. I got to get new journals. I would have been a whole fucking plan to get started. Right. Yeah. This time it was like, no, I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to start eating regularly. That was it. And then for my journal, I just took one picture. Now, if you looked at my journal, I've added a bunch to it over time. Okay, this week I'm going to add this.
And you're in motion, though. That's the difference.
That's exactly.
Once you're in motion, start fucking, and you're like, okay, this is an easy daily maintenance for me.
Yes.
Okay, let's add one more thing to it.
What's funny because I got it. So I guarantee you're going to get to know Greg over our time together because I've been sharing my journey with Greg, and he says to me, "Yo, giggle here." He says, I'm getting close. Oh, where's his note? I'm getting close, but I'm not ready to get off the series. Oh, yeah, what is it? He says, I'm almost ready to commit to much cleaner eating, not mentally there yet, but getting close. And it's funny because we know a lot of people that way.
Well, right? So check it out. And I think we talked about this.
Yeah.
So, and I deal with lots of clients, right? The eating is the hardest fucking part, right? So Retta, by the nature of one of its mechanisms, makes it easier to make the right choices. So this is the first time we've ever had this before. And so, basically one of the things that you could do with this gentleman, is I've heard his name a lot. Yes. You can say, look, I understand you're waiting for this, you're waiting for that, but there's one step we can take that will have all that will fall into place without you having to really work much at it.
Yes.
Now, once that happens, he'll feel the acceleration and it'll be very easy for him to lean in to more of it. So Retta is that thing. I mean, I'm not a like a perfect example. You, my daughters.
Yeah.
I'm not fucking helping you unless you do the shit that I need you to do. Period. End of story. That's it.
Yes.
I'm not doing it because I love you. It's
yes.
I'm not, because and so a client comes to me and I can see, okay, yeah, I can help this person. Then I got to dig into my bag of tricks, my tools. Okay, what do I need to do? Because in many cases, and I say this, kind of as a joke, but it's kind of the truth. I have to fucking trick many people into doing what needs to be done because in their minds, they've got this idea that's going to be suffering and all this difficulty. So I just kind of start nudging them. And next thing you realize, especially when we bring Red into play, because I just start nudging them and the shit that they're struggling with kind of goes away.
Well, it's funny because I'm having maybe a conflict of this in my own head on this one. So because of what I'm learning and what I've learned about Retta. And again, my buddy Greg struggled with his cereal. I know that if he starts teasing Retta into his world, that struggle is going to go away.
That cereal will disappear like a fucking fart in the wind. Like it's never been fucking part of our world.
100%. But also the other reality is that as I'm learning, and you can eat carbohydrates on Retta to teach your body how to process food and instead of starving yourself, right? So, maybe Greg wants to have a little bit of cereal. Well, Greg, have the Retta and maybe you have a little bit of cereal, but I'll tell you over time, you're not going to want to have the cereal. But I also don't, you know what I mean? But I also don't want to encourage somebody or say, have this, but don't change your lifestyle. Because that's not the right message.
No, the message needs to be is, look, you need to change your lifestyle. I know you need to.
Yeah.
So I'll help you with one element, one peptide.
Yes.
I'm not helping you beyond this one because this is the one that's going to help us get this first layer under control.
Yeah.
Once you got that down and you want to take the next step, I'm all ears.
Yeah. So I can tell right now that I'm, researching wise, Retta has been check mark for sure. Glow Stack check mark for sure. Right. So Tessa, check mark for sure. Epitellum, check mark for sure. I've really been enjoying. I know I haven't been researching them as long as you have or others have, but based on my 30 days of research so far.
One of the things I was because we were talking about you said, now I'm a researcher now too, which really you are because you're doing it yourself.
Yes.
So one of the things that, research has to do, especially in the trench research, has to do with taking in all of the information around you.
Yes.
But at the same time, bouncing it off of what you can confirm yourself. Because there's, again, so many peptides are used for purposes that they weren't designed for. So here's the interesting thing. So the really short chains, right? Because the longest chain is 191, I believe. Some of them are like fucking 4, 7. Right now, the interesting part about this is because it's so short. Think of it like a key, right? Because that long key 191, there's only one fucking lock that's going to fit into.
Yeah.
But these fucking short ones, right? You're going to get the first 4 in that fucking hole. Well, because when it's short, it has more possibility to affect different things because it's a less precise message. So in many cases, these short chains can affect, things that you really weren't expecting.
Right.
That makes sense. Or even the creators weren't expecting.
Right. Yes.
And so a short chain in many cases, it was designed for this, but it really doesn't do this very well, but it does fucking great over here on this.
Yeah.
And so that's part of the research thing that now that you're a researcher, you're obviously listening to other people is a huge part of it.
Yes.
Bouncing it off of what you feel yourself, like per example, going back to DSIP.
Yeah.
I didn't give that to you by itself.
Yes.
Because I don't know. I can't explain it, but for me, there's no question in my research and a large part of the group that I share information with, there's some sort of a synergistic effect with those two together.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And so it's just really interesting to like, as you get deeper into it, you're ultimately learning to take all this information and then bounce it off what you got right here.
That's right. Absolutely. Well, Jimmy, let's keep it going, Jimmy. Let's pull this up here quick and have a chat about it. So, Jimmy, the hormones and endocrine. So, guys, what we talk about on the show. Our goal is here to help everybody get up and get after it and achieve big goals in life. And part of it is eating. Part of it is sleeping. Part of it is just taking care of ourselves. So, and I'm learning, and I want you guys to learn with me. So, we're going to just kind of talk high level on hormones and endocrine system because all this affects it. And Johnny, one of the ones we talk about often is the pituitary gland. As we age, it stops producing. Talk about the power of the pituitary gland for all of us.
Well, it's, as we get older, our hormone levels change a lot.
Yes.
And growth hormone is something that I don't know if it's in our programming, the way we're designed, but we need growth hormone the most earlier on in life.
Yes.
And so then obviously if we're not taking care of ourselves, some of these functions get even more altered. So even if you lived a fucking perfect life, I think the pituitary gland would still produce less growth hormone anyway. Does that make sense?
100%.
And growth hormone is one of those things. It's one of the most highly regenerative things that we know.
And this is where we talk about the secretagogues, right? To get our glands, to get our pituitary glands producing the hormones that we've stopped producing as we age.
Yep.
Right. That's kind of what it's all about, right? So,
100%.
And then the other one, the pineal gland. Now, there's a peptide, pinealion, or what is it called again?
Pinealion. No,
yes.
Pinealion is that's the peptide.
Yeah. So that there's a peptide, pinealion. What is it called?
The peptide is pinealion.
Yes. And what does it affect? Is that for the pineal gland?
It is the pineal gland. There we go.
Yes. Okay. So that's what it's working on affecting, right?
And that's really like something that we may cover down the road with you. Is like what I'll often do is I'll do the decip and the epitalon, and then I'll go directly to pinealion.
Yeah,
because they're very, very similar.
Well, that's what I've been reading a little about pinealion. Yeah. Interesting.
But I'll be totally straight. So I'm early in testing that.
Yeah,
I didn't notice a whopping difference. It felt like I could have just stayed on epitalon. But again, it's pretty early for me to make an assessment of what I believe.
Yeah. Sullivan says BPC 157 and TB 500 helps with dry eye disease. Many in my Facebook group also have sworn by it too. Yeah, there's more and more. It just seems, I don't know, maybe because I'm researching and talking with people, but it's like BPC 157 and TB 500 are like the entry levels to the world, eh? Like really, it's like,
yeah, that's probably it's got to be one of the first, and it was made popular through this nickname Wolverine, which is a character.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Lauren says, is that not used as a sleep aid? I think it is like the pinealion or there's something around that.
Well, that's with epitalon. Remember, I said what I notice is I take that shit. My fucking body wants me to lay down, not even go to sleep. It just wants me to lay down and really I start relaxing. And of course I fall right asleep.
So I did my epitalon earlier last night. I was telling you, I was doing right before bed. Last night I grabbed it an hour before to give myself a little more time to kind of come down.
Did you notice a difference?
Well, I had a big sleep last night. So whether it was because I was just, exhausted from the day.
Yeah, this is a perfect example. And your testing yesterday may not have been the best day because it was a different day.
That's correct. Right.
And that's the thing that people have. I think with one of the biggest issues with, you have to look at a researcher. Like if I look at a researcher and his lifestyle's all over the place, his information means nothing to me.
Yes. Well, that's
but if you've got that really steady rhythm, now you've got a baseline to say, okay, this day versus this day. But if you're going to bed 11 one day and 8 the next day, your shit's all fucked up. There's no baseline.
That's why I'm really comfortable even saying that I'm researching this now or I'm doing this now, because I've shown you and I've shown myself and I've shown this nation, like, pretty fucking predictable, man. I come here every single day. We do the same things, right? So I don't vary very much at all, right? So for me to give data, I think it's going to be quite reliable or quite relatable. And what you all are going to see is not going to be like bullshit. Because I got, like, again, I'm not some fucking 20-year-old punk with an agenda. No, I'm like, here's
the thing. At the end of the day, what you're saying is this XYZ really works well for me.
Bingo. Yep.
That's the bottom line statement, because and it works well for me because of all the shit that I do. Now, it might work well or work okay for somebody, but they don't get everything because they're not creating the environment that's needed.
100%. Well, I was having this conversation with Carter yesterday too, and it's a conversation you will have with your.
By the way, is he noticing a difference in his skin?
He has not been taking anything yet. No,
dude, I got to show you. I got a buddy of mine. He has a really close friend that's sweetest young lady, works in his tattoo shop.
Oh yeah.
And she's got fucking, it's her mom is the same way. But I mean, just like these, these big fucking pimples that then will go, they pop or whatever the fuck you want to say.
Yeah.
But that scar would take forever to go away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, one bottle of GHK. I mean, the before and after was fucking crazy.
Yeah, I'm bought into Glow. I'm convinced Glow has.
I was going to say Glow is going to be Cart's thing because that has the BPC and the TB that he's going to need for overall recovery for what he's doing. But the GHK and the Glow will help with his recovery, but it'll also really do well for his skin.
Yeah, like I'm convinced the Glow is working for me. I'm actually thinking about doing BPC and TB as post workout to maybe twice a day, hitting morning, hitting evening kind of thing. Because I do my Glow in the morning. Maybe I do a second BPC later. But what I was going to say though is that one of the things I was talking with Carter about, and you and your girls can talk about, Johnny, because you know this too. What I get really excited about for their generation is they're going to grow up with personalized medicine. I don't get caught up with medicine like how you and I were raised, but I mean like personalized care, right? Which is okay. Okay, Carts. Okay, Pipes. Okay, Brooks. Okay, Tara. You're going to do this, and you're going to do this, and you're going to do this, and and you're not doing this because this is not what your body wants. That's pretty fucking cool, man. And that's like the holy grail.
And the fucking I love what you're saying, but the biggest problem we have is most people won't fucking do it.
Well, precisely. However, I will say this though. I do believe, again, go back into scalping, right? And free market. I do believe that's why I'm so passionate about personal agency. Because, in many ways, peptides, love them or hate them, are the first step to personalized medicine. Because I'm saying this is what's working for me, right? And maybe it's not going to work for you, but here's how it's working. So it is in many ways the first steps. Right. And as science gets better with all this,
it's crazy though. So, check this out. My two older brothers, they're Jesus Christ. The older one is 14 years. The younger was 12 years older. So big gap. Right. And they both still run and whatnot. And their fucking feet and Achilles and knees is kind of banged up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, let me fucking help you with that. And so like the middle one, he runs a ton. He's got something fucked up in his foot where he had to stop running.
Yeah.
And so I gave him some testimony, so to speak, of some of my clients that had similar situations. He's like, oh my God, I want to run again. Send it to me. So I sent him a full fucking kit. But and that was in Jesus Christ, April.
Yeah.
No, March. Still hasn't done it.
Yeah.
Because the question marks are still too big, even though I'm his brother, even though he trusts everything that I'm doing, there's still too many question marks around it.
Well, and I will be, this, but sometimes we need to hear this from our other brother, which will be me. Sometimes we know that the person's just not ready yet to take the syringe and stick it in their body with something.
Well, I think that's exactly. I think when it came right down to it, that was the fucking hinging factor.
Yeah, it's really as simple as that, right? And because so you've been in the forest for so long, normal, right? So to somebody who's kind of walking around the forest and is like kind of looking in, but it's like, and it was like me, right? You're kind of looking in, you showed your brother inside the forest. It's like, okay, right? And at some point, I'm even seeing it with the guys I'm talking to. It's funny. I was out for a walk with Piper yesterday. And we passed a friend of ours we've known, and I think he's on a GLP, but he's not on a GLP. He's not. I love the fellow if he's listening. I love you, brother. If you're on the GLP, you still got to eat because you're looking skinny fat. Just saying.
Yeah, it's because he's married to the number on the scale.
Just saying. But I says to Pipes, because I told him that I was researching peptides now. And she looks at me, I go, fuck Pipe, I'm telling everybody 40 plus I'm researching peptides because every man I know needs to know that I'm researching peptides now. So it was funny. But there's a great example, right? GLP don't eat. And you can just tell. Holy smokes, can you tell?
Well, dude, that's how it was introduced.
I know
it was introduced as this thing that would kill your appetite, so you could eat less, and that's the fucking general public just gobbled that up. Because if you think about it, I've been here before. I know you've been here before, where we found a way to make it easy and usually they're short spurts, easy not to eat. And we think we're winning because we're not eating because we're trying to not overeat.
Yes. Yes.
But normally people can do that for a short period of time. Now all of a sudden, Ozempic hit the fucking market and people are doing this for 9 fucking months.
Yep.
And they are just fucking eating themselves from the inside out.
Horrible. Absolutely horrible. All right, we're going to rock and roll out of here, Jimmy. Let's do this. Did you know? This is interesting because I did not know this, but now I do. Did you know, John?
Did you know Cadillac used to put a thermometer right on the side mirror? Your grandpa's luxury car was out there checking the weather like a very classy lizard.
This was a real mechanical gauge built into the driver's side mirror on late 70s and early 80s Cadillac.
It used a bimetal setup so the mirror could show outside temperature in Fahrenheit while you drove. Basically, analog weather tech bolted to a land yacht.
And of course, it was not perfect. Sunlight, engine heat, road heat, all that could throw it off. So yes, the mirror could lie to you. I mean, completely mislead you.
But for the time, it was slick as hell. Before digital dashboards took over, Cadillac had already figured out how to make checking the weather feel expensive. So before cars gave you giant touchscreens and 12 menus to find the temperature, Cadillac just stuck the damn answer on the mirror. That's our today's Did You Know? Back to Keith and John.
Dude, I love that.
Me too.
That's vintage right there, baby.
So you know what? And credit to Jimmy, credit, man, because I did not know. You're a fucking brilliant motherfucker, Jimmy. Because Johnny, you arrived at the show in a Cadillac today, and Jimmy stitched it all together. Because look, as you're exiting, we're talking about this story with the Cadillac with the mirror, and I saw that. That's pretty fucking cool, and it really shows you that Cadillac really was the cutting edge tech company, eh, John? Like when you and I are growing up with their cars, like, oh, there's the Cadillac. Well, yeah, look at that fucking thermometer, which is like big tech back then, actually, right?
Well, I think Cadillac was their thing. They were doing all that cushy, and that's why they were so popular with the fucking, like with the mob. These dudes had all the fucking money they needed, so they were buying all this plushy shit.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Hey, the show is vintage on the screen, Jimmy. I remember being in situations where my dad would say this. Hey, Charlie, good time. If you're look heads up on the screen, man. Remember those lawn darts? I remember. That was often the message. Don't be stupid, right? Which was, go play with something. Because remember lawn darts? I remember lawn darts. And we played lawn darts often.
I never played those.
No, but it was funny because, okay, guys, here's your toy today. Don't be stupid. As if we were going to throw them at each other. As if we were going to throw the fucking lawn darts at each other. But,
see, I was more in my grandfather giving me a fucking big bow or a boomerang saying, you need to think about what you're doing with this stuff.
I love it. Hey, Johnny, before you go.
Hey, John, before you go, Preston just watched someone tuck a bay leaf into blue lace panties like it's Thanksgiving for the crotch. I've seen desperate life hacks, but turning your underwear into a soup recipe feels medically and spiritually aggressive. Then the bearded office guy appears holding one leaf, like he's about to solve vaginal odor and international diplomacy.
He says aromatic oils and the mild antibacterial compounds, which is science talk for please don't ask a doctor.
If your panties need a bay leaf to stay fresh, we're not judging, but we are definitely checking the spice cabinet.
Hey, John, should men be concerned? Or should we all start checking our boxers for garnish?
So,
my first thought is wash that fucking thing.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the underwear.
Hey, Lauren, baby, no, I'm not putting bay leaves in the panties. Jimmy sends this to me this morning. I was like, yeah, we're going to put that one on the screen because if my woman's got to put the bay leaves in the panties, I think my woman's got to go for a shower.
Well, I mean, the thing, like in my sex life,
what is that?
In my sex life with Terry,
yeah,
shower is what we do to prepare. Literally, point blank. And it's like, God knows there's been plenty of times when we're younger, we found someone that wasn't that fucking hygienic. I'm like, fuck me, dude.
But yeah, so maybe the bigger question, why is the man telling this story for women or men to put bay leaves in the underwear?
What was his catalyst? He must have had a lot of stinky pussy.
Well, I don't know. Jimmy, do we know the catalyst about why this guy is so emphatic?
He had too many fucking unfucking cleanly vaginas and said, I need a remedy for this?
I don't know, because this guy's very emphatic that he discovered bay leaves to go in the underwear. So there's your little life hack today, gentlemen. That's don't put bay leaves in your lady's underwear. Go and get a new lady, maybe. Johnny, when are you guys leaving?
Or just throw her in the fucking shower.
Yeah, when are you guys getting out of here? A couple hours, or Terry's not done packing yet?
I think she's going to be good to go.
Yeah,
we're supposed to leave about 9, but that means we'll leave at 10.
Oh yeah, yes.
That's just the way it works.
So is it 10 o'clock driving out of the yard, or is it 10 o'clock in the car? Is it 10? So
well, it's kind of the usually 10 o'clock is when she gets to the car.
Yes. Yes. I laugh because I live in the same house. So are we leaving at 9, or are we going to be in the car at 9? Or is the car leaving the driveway at 9? Or is it be in the car at 8:55 to be into the car? Like, so what time are we leaving at?
Well, and part of this too, brother, is like there's a certain level of like, I'm sure that you've probably gone through this too. I think we've actually talked about it. Yes. There's certain times when, does it really fucking matter if we leave at 9 or 10? Not really. Because it's not like we have to be at a certain time,
right? So
in this scenario, it's the last fucking thing that's gonna fucking get under my skin.
Yes, yeah.
And it's, I think part of that for us, that are more timely. So we have to realize that hour that you might be leaving late it's not fucking wasted. You chose to waste it if you're fucking, not doing something fulfilling in that hour that you could be sitting on your ass waiting.
Yeah, to me, it's just manage the expectations.
Yeah, 100%.
Right. So if we're not leaving at 9, we're leaving at 10. Good, tell me so that I can replan that hour so I don't waste the hour. Like I want to be.
There's all sorts of shit that we do that they have some sort of similar feeling about.
100%, absolutely. Jimmy says here in the Philippines, when we say we go at 9, everyone wakes up at 9. That's
dude. That's like in Mexico. It's crazy. Like when we're having, we're in a place where we have to have water delivered, so we have a big cistern.
Yeah.
And so, I call, hey, can I have some water delivered? And I'll say what time, and they know me well enough now. The answer is Mexican time.
Yeah.
They don't give me a number. So I have to actually, and they used to frustrate the shit out of me because I'm like, fuck, I don't sit around all day. So now what I do is I basically call at a time when I know that we'll be there for a lengthy periods. I know they'll get there before 5. So it's just how I adjusted to the situation, and how people don't do this blows my mind.
I had a good friend Chuck who moved to Mexico and built a home there with his wife for a few years there, and he was telling me, he's like, yeah, so I'm the gringo down here, and he goes, and they're helping me build my house, and he says, when are you going to be here? Well, we'll be here sometime this week. He's like, well, when? Because kind of like when we get there. He had to learn, like you, how the whole experience was going to unfold, right? Which is,
we're in their fucking country.
Well.
You know what I mean? It's like, fuck, Jesus Christ, you're going to come here and change fucking hundreds of years of culture? No. Jesus, to get bent out of shape about that is fucking silly.
Well, but maybe the flip side to that is why sometimes we have some of the challenges with maybe the world is treating, immigration these days. You say to yourself, well, hey, you're living in our country. Maybe we need to, adhere to our.
Because 100%, I'm talking about if we're in their country, we're on their fucking rules. Up here, it's a different deal.
Yeah, our culture. I agree. I'm with you there. Absolutely. All right, pal, you get out of here, buddy. We had a lot of fun today. Nice fun.
These times are going by because it's not like today. I was a couple minutes late, so it's still been 85 fucking minutes, and that went by fucking fast, dude.
Oh, it's just chitter chatter, get outer, and having some fun. And we've had a regular stream. X has been active today. We've had 30 people on X this whole time here, this whole show this morning. So good morning, X. I told you before, man. I don't know if you spent a lot of time on X, but the content on X has got much better since Elon has that's made some investments in it, even though he hasn't made investments in it. But
that's actually one thing I've been really pushing lately.
Yeah.
Let's just stay in the fuck off social media.
Yeah. Well, I use it for our show. I use it productively. I actually don't use it negatively. It's funny. Jensen.
Yeah, you have you have a purpose to go, but it's like when I get sucked back in, like, remember when I was telling you, I kind of let myself get sucked into fucking,
TikTok and shit.
The dopamine of fucking looking at charts and shit.
Yeah.
My social media fucking scrolling joins that party.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm on the toilet. I'm always on the toilet, checking emails and shit. And then I'll go check my socials again for the most part to make sure they're still there.
Yes. Yeah.
And next thing you know, I fucking find myself fucking scrolling. Dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. My daily rhythm
just follows suit.
Yeah. My daily rhythm is good right now. I don't need to really distract it and make any crazy noise. It's funny. Jensen Huang, the NVIDIA CEO, said, he goes, I will invest in Elon every and any day of the week. He says, never bet against that guy. And it's not about a love or hate the guy. He goes, I've done enough work with him that the guy just gets shit done. He goes, he just gets shit done. And even my friend John Kiesel from the roofing company there, he's like, Billis, you execute. I go, yeah. He goes, not a lot of people execute. I go, I know. And it's funny because you're an executor. I'm going to operate like we're both executors. It's incredible when you go through the world how many people don't execute. And I'm being very serious. And I'm not trying to fucking blow smoke on my ass. It's incredible how many people can't and don't execute regularly. True story.
Well, they can. They just choose not to.
Precisely. Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
but that's probably, brother. that's my going back to my lifestyle tip. That's a separator.
Absolutely.
Average, not average.
Absolutely.
It's that fucking simple.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I had Lauren's good friend Blair was over at the house last week. We were having a conversation, and she says, "You're working." I go, "No, I'm building." She goes, "Oh, that's a good way of spinning it." I go, "No, I'm building."
Work is a fucking interesting term.
Well, when work is a term that everybody gets caught up in, I go, "No, I'm building." And then I kind of ranted for a second, and I said, "Everybody paint the brush." People, yeah. Anyways, you know my rant. People just want
100%, brother. It's because as a society, like when I say, here's a perfect example. When I don't want to do something,
it's time to do it.
No. When I don't like, if someone's wanting me to do something and I don't want to do it, I'm working. Because they'll fucking take that perfect. If I say I'm creating, no, come and do this. It's the way that we tag that word.
Yeah. Yep, it's true. It's absolutely true. I enjoy building.
You make a choice to go to work, or you make a choice to create. Like, just from a standpoint of money.
Yes.
I'm a money creator.
Yes.
I don't trade my time for money.
There you go. 100%.
When you're trading your time for money, you're working.
Yes. Yeah.
You're probably wearing a fucking tie, which is your leash.
Rico says, work to some people is like semi-retirement to me. Rico, you're awesome, man. Final words to Rico with Keith and John this morning. Brother, safe travels today with you and the fam, you, the dogs, and Tara. Be well. Say hi to mama. You going to see mom today?
Yeah, we should. I mean, if we get out at 10, we will. If we get out at noon, we won't.
You guys will see mom today.
Yeah, Terry loves my mom.
Oh, so, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I don't think it'll be too much of a problem.
It's one thing I've really enjoyed. Like, so last weekend there was a garage sale at my mom and dad's house, and Lauren's parents were there too. Like, Lauren's parents hang out with my parents. I love how Lauren loves my parents, and it's a really cool thing. Like, I love Lauren's parents. The whole the symbiosis of
that's really cool to hear you say, because you could, but you wouldn't want to put my mom and Terry's parents in the same room. Not that there would be a disagreement or a fight.
Yes.
It's just we are talking two different worlds of people.
Oh, there's a reality show there. Maybe put Brianna Bass to host the conversation.
Well, I don't think there's a lot of sex going on in any of
Or maybe Petrocelli, because it'll be a social sciences conversation on humans.
Yeah.
So we'll get Petro to have the conversation for us. Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, listen, I got to get you out of here. I had you overtime. Let's talk off show about some of the things we're talking about. Whether it's this weekend or next week, about what we can do up here.
Usually when I'm traveling like this, I'm thinning out. so there's I have extra time because I'm traveling. You know, the idea is to spend quality time. So it's usually easier for us to connect when neither one of us is chomping on something that we're trying to get to the finish line on.
Yeah. So if you have some gaps, shoot me a text and we can catch up along the way. All right, pal?
Yeah, we keep, you know, it's crazy. We always say the weekend, like it's going to be the weekend is no different for us.
It's no different for me either. No, it's at all, actually. Yeah. Nope. It's just, the only thing different for me is I have this, it's crazy because on the mornings I got these 2 hours and I'm like, I'm not down here. So I'm like, okay, 2 hours, I can do something else. Right.
Well, you know, funny enough, I almost always will film with Ben on days when we're not, because it's that extra time that, you know, I'm not here to here.
Yeah. That's great. That's cool. All right, pal. Enjoy your day. Lots of love. We'll talk to you later, buddy.
Have a good loop, my brother.
All right. Johnny Anderson's out of here. Good morning, everybody. You're hanging out. You're just left with me. Yes. Sorry, guys. You're just left with the handsome one, Jimmy Barleo. Bah! All right. We're going to wrap the week up, guys, with a morning focus segment that is all about today's morning focus segment is all about stop practicing bad news. And there's been some themes, as you guys can tell. Yesterday was all about give yourself grace. We've really been just talking about taking care of ourselves. So today, I want to introduce this idea of maybe something bad might be happening. It hasn't even happened yet, but oh man, I got a bunch of burps there, but a bunch. We're getting all worked up for nothing. So today, my monologue is stop practice. Jimmy, what? I can't get it out. Stop practicing bad news. All that in 61 seconds.
How many terrible things have we already lived through that never happened? The call, the meeting, the diagnosis, the short text.
Worry writes the story before life gives us facts. It casts the characters, chooses the ending, and makes us feel it.
We tell ourselves expecting the worst protects us, but pain rehearsed early doesn't make us stronger. It only arrives twice.
Preparation asks, what can we do? Worry asks, how bad could this become? One creates a plan, one creates a movie.
That movie costs us more than peace. It takes sleep, patience, trust, and presence from a life that's still okay.
An unanswered message is not evidence. A quiet person may be tired. A meeting can just be a meeting without a hidden verdict.
We don't have to fill every blank with pain. We can prepare what's real, then return to the room we're in.
Keith's about to break down how we stop practicing bad news. We'll wait for facts, trust ourselves, and let today be innocent.
All right, guys, we're back in the morning focus, the morning monologue, what we do every single day here live on the big show we call Mornings Live with Keith Jon and Friends. I like to wrap up the show with something that's on my mind, some words of wisdom, something to leave you guys to run your day with, to run your weekend with, perhaps to take some words and create some awareness, because maybe there's a day where you get yourself all worked up about something and it's like, hold the horses. How many terrible things have you already lived through that never actually happened? It happens to all of us, boys. The call that never came, the conversation that never went badly, the opportunity you were sure that you had lost, the test result you had already turned into a diagnosis. You know what I'm talking about. The mistake you were convinced would ruin everything. The person you thought was angry with you because their text felt a little short and curt. But hey, wait a minute. Nothing had happened yet. But yet your mind had already written the story. It might have even cast the characters, might have put the ending in place, and it made you feel every painful part of that story. And we do this because we think it protects us. We tell ourselves that if we expect the worst cannot surprise us. So if we rehearse rejection, maybe it's going to hurt less. If we imagine the loss, maybe we will be ready. If we prepare for every possible disaster, maybe life will never catch us off guard. And as a leader, we are obviously always preparing for everything. But expecting pain does not make you immune to it. It just makes you experience it before you know whether it belongs to you. Because worry can disguise itself as responsibility. It can make our brain sound intelligent. It can feel like it's planning. Okay, well, I'm a leader. I got to plan for the worst, so I better plan for it. It can convince you that running every terrible scenario is simply what careful people do. But brothers, there's a difference between preparing for something and emotionally living through it. Listen, prep asks this: what can I do? Worry says to yourselves, oh my God, how bad could this become? And listen, it's perhaps not bad to ask that question, but for preparation, it creates a plan. The worry, it creates a movie in our brain. And somehow the movie, you're always watching the worst scene. You guys know what I'm talking about. You know the feeling. Somebody says, we need to talk. And then your body immediately goes, uh-oh, it's going to be bad. Maybe the person should say, we need to talk a little differently. Your boss schedules the meeting without an explanation. And by lunchtime, you're just mentally losing it. Oh my God, what are they going to say? Am I going to get in trouble? What's happening? Oh my God, you've written a story so negative. You're so worked up. You feel one strange pain and suddenly you are 10 search results deep. You're chat GPTing it here. You're planning a future no doctor had ever described. And then you're like, oh, it actually wasn't that bad. Or someone you love, they seem quiet. And instead of asking what's wrong, you start collecting evidence because you believe you caused them to be quiet. Maybe the event just might be imaginary, but the stress is real because your heart does not know the difference between something happening and something being vividly rehearsed. Again, you know what I'm talking about. Those shoulders, they tighten. Your patience, it disappears. You become distant with people who have done absolutely nothing, losing sleep over a tomorrow that's actually not arrived. And you know what happens? Sometimes the call comes. The meeting happens. The person responds. And guess what? Guess what, Jimmy? It's actually fine. Nothing collapsed. The world didn't fall apart. Life is still okay. Nothing ended. No, the catastrophe existed only in the hours that you gave that catastrophe. And of course, difficult things happen. And yes, bad news is real. It happens all the time. Loss, real. Disappointment, real. And this is not about pretending life is harmless or even refusing to prepare. As a leader, you should be preparing. As a leader, you should know that shit could go sideways. But if something painful happens, then you'll meet it. Then you'll make the call. Then you'll ask the question, get the information, change the plan, lean on somebody or take the step. Not rehearse and create all the bad stories in your brain before it even happens because you have handled hard things before. And most of them were not handled in advance. Let's look back, Jimmy, to our guest yesterday on the plane. Flying 1,000 feet, 900 feet, 800 feet. The cockpit burning him alive. Burning him alive. Actually burning him alive. But he put his training in place. He had handled hard things before. So what did our guest Jamie Hull do? He landed the plane because he jumped out of it. Because our brains act as though our imagination is a reliable forecast. His brain could have been telling him, dude, you're burning alive. You're going to die right now. And it's as if his brain had fear that has access to the facts it did not. He's like, no, I'm fucking jumping out of this thing. And then our brain, as though the bleakest possibility deserves to be treated like the most likely one, but even though it does not. Fear? You think fear was being creative in Jamie's brain yesterday? Because it can build an entire future from one unanswered message. Oh, if you don't do this, you're going down and you're dying. But here's the thing. Creativity, not prophecy. A thought, not a warning. A feeling, not evidence. Or is a feeling evidence? But uncertainty, it is absolutely not automatically bad news. Because sometimes, you guys, an unanswered question is simply this. It's unanswered. Maybe they're tired. Maybe the meeting is just a meeting. Maybe the delay means nothing. Because maybe sometimes life is working on an ending you have not imagined because you were too busy practicing the painful one. And think about what this habit costs, not only in sleep, but not only in peace, because it steals your ability to be present in a life that is actually still okay. Sitting at dinner, mentally attending a disaster scheduled for next week that's not even going to happen. You know what I'm talking about. You've been there, sitting there, ruining the next morning because there's a conversation happening in your head that you are convinced tomorrow is going to go sideways. So you say to yourself, I'm going to make today pay for something tomorrow has not done. Hear me say that again. I'm going to make today. I'm going to make this moment pay. I'm going to wreck the moment for something tomorrow has not done. Is that not prophetic? Because guess what, guys? Today, this moment in time does not deserve tomorrow's emotions that haven't happened yet. I'm going to say it again. Today's moment, today's day does not deserve the emotions for tomorrow that hasn't happened yet. And neither do the people sharing all of that with you. So nation, here's the focus for today. When your mind begins practicing the bad news, stop and ask one question. What do I actually know right now in this moment? Not what do I fear? Not what could happen? Not what happened to somebody else? What do I know right now? Hold the fucking horses, Jimmy. Interrupting the monologue. Spartacus just joined and he pressed snooze. Spartacus, what are you doing, man? Ha ha ha. Maybe your brain was telling you had a bad day, so you're going to snooze away from it. Nah, that's not the answer. Ask yourself, what do I know right now? It's time to get up. Maybe the answer right now, Spartacus, is A, very little, and that's okay. You do not have to fill every blank in your life with pain. You do not even have to turn uncertainty into a verdict. And you do not have to live tomorrow's trouble before tomorrow decides whether to bring it. So guys, make the appointment if one needs to be made. Have the conversation if one needs to be had. Prepare what can genuinely be prepared. Then come back to the room you're actually standing in, to the work in front of you, to the person beside you, to the life that is happening. And when the imagined disaster begins again, say it plainly. That hasn't happened. It's in my mind. It hasn't happened yet. It's in my mind. It's my mind telling me stories. It hasn't happened. Jimmy, it hasn't happened. So do not practice the grief before there's loss. Do not practice the rejection before somebody answers. And do not practice failure while the outcome is still being written. Because life is going to ask you to carry real things. So why waste your time exhausting yourself carrying the imaginary ones? We've talked about Kobe Bryant's quote. Do you worry? Somebody asked Kobe. He's like, no, I don't got time to worry. I'm too busy winning or losing. So why put the energy in the middle of exhausting yourself for imaginary stories that haven't happened yet? Guys, stop practicing the bad news. Wait for the facts. Today, I want you to trust yourself to meet the reality. Read the reality of the moment when it arrives. And until then, don't worry about tomorrow. Don't worry about next week. Let this moment, guys, just let today be innocent. All right, we got Spartacus in there. Great to see you, even though there's 5 minutes. Spartacus, you're awesome, man. I love you, brother. Thanks for joining me this morning, even though you pressed snooze. Jimmy, we're going to give Spartacus a little bit of a checkbox on that one. Spartacus, 3 times you're up, brother. Yes, projects, you know how it is. Absolutely. I live in the moment. That's awesome, Spartacus. If you're living in the moment, you're not worrying about shit that's not happening. Good man. Good man. I was exhausted last night. A famous 2005 study from Cornell University from Sullivan says 85% of what we worry about doesn't happen. Only 15% might happen. Yep, it's true, Sullivan. It's absolutely true. Spartacus, what are you doing today, man? You going back to bed? Are you just rolling over there? Yeah. Is the equipment working this morning, Spartacus? Or you, even though you're exhausted? Yeah. Hey, Spart, did you hear our guest yesterday? We had a guest on the show yesterday, Spartacus. Whoa, baby. Jamie Hull. Landing an airplane while it was burning. 1,000 feet, the whole fucking cockpit get into flames, bodies burning alive. The guy lands the plane, Spartacus. How do we know? Because he was on our show yesterday. Yeah, he lived. Great story, great conversation, Jamie Hull. All right, Spartacus, I'm ending my conversation with you, my brother. Thanks for hanging out with us this morning. Sullivan as well. Spartacus backyard stuff. Oh, so you're kind of just lollygagging around the backyard. Mike is making stuff was here this morning. Holroyd was here today as well. I know Charlie's out there as well. Who else is out there? I know my baby Lauren's out there as well. Rico's out there as well. Can't forget Rico. The Whitakers are out there as well. And I know all of you are out there as well. All right, Jim, on behalf of Jimmy, on behalf of Archie, on behalf of Melissa, and the whole gang, thanks you guys for a wonderful week. We are back at it live on the Monday of the August long weekend. You know where to find us. You absolutely know where to find us. Yeah, yesterday's guest was awesome. 100%. All right, Rico, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate all of you guys. You guys have a choice where to spend your time, and you guys choose to spend it with us. On behalf of Anderson and the whole gang, lots of love from me to you. And guys, remember, if your brain is taking you down a path of shit that's happening, it hasn't happened yet, maybe today's the day you go look in the mirror and say, you know what? Fuck it, it hasn't happened. Be in the moment. Be in the moment. We'll see you guys Monday, everybody. Have a good one. Nation, I'm out of here.